Hello, I'm Vicky and I'm an astronomer. I work here at the Ogden Centre at Durham University, together with people from all over the world, where we come together to investigate the universe, stars, planets, and anything to do with space. So today we're going to do some activities. So for this you'll need a pen, some paper, some white and black card or paper, a black pen, a glue stick, some scissors, a torch and a ball. And at times I'll ask you to pause the video, and this is so you can get involved with our space activities. So not long ago when I was a little girl, like Rocket from Look Up, I loved exploring new things and learning about space. So let's take a moment to think about what you like to do. This could be playing with friends and family, or playing football, or just getting messy with art. So I'm going to take my paper and pen and I'm going to draw myself as a stick person, and then around it all the things that I liked to do when I was a little girl. So you might want to pause the video and do the same. And then afterwards you can talk to your friends and family about it and think about what you like to do. And you can write or draw anything you want. Welcome back. Did you manage to draw some things? So this is what I've drawn. So this is me as a little girl, and these are some of the things that I like. So I really like painting, I like looking up at the moon, I loved maths, and I really enjoyed going to the beach. So just like Rocket, I loved looking up at the sky and asking questions about things that puzzled me. So Rocket and her friends in the book are really lucky to see a meteor shower or shooting stars. So these are actually quite rare, but we can look up and see other things in the night sky. So what sort of things have you seen in the night sky? Did you think about the moon? Have you ever looked at the sky and noticed the moon? And what does it look like? So you might want to pause the video now and draw a quick picture of the moon. So what does your moon look like? Here I have a couple of photos of the moon. So this is one where we can see all the surface, and we can see this amazing detail. And here's another photo of the moon. And this is still the moon, but it looks a bit different. So one thing I wondered when I looked up in the sky during the day was sometimes I could see the moon and other times I couldn't. Have you ever noticed that? Maybe after this video you can go outside with an adult and have a look to see if you can see the moon in the sky, although be careful not to look directly at the sun. So why do you think it is that we sometimes can see the moon and other times we can't? So let's think. So here I have the Earth, and here we are in Durham in the UK. And then this is going to be my moon. And the moon is going around the Earth. It's orbiting us. So sometimes it will be in front of us here, where we can see it, and other times it will be on the opposite side of the Earth, where we can't see it. So space is always out there, even during the day. Except in the day we have the light from the sun, which is really bright, so we can't see any of the stars or planets, although they're still there. So the moon doesn't actually produce any light. It reflects the light of the sun. So if the moon's reflecting enough light and it's in the right position in front of us here on Earth, then it can be as bright or even brighter than the sky. And that's why sometimes we can see the moon and other times we can't. But the moon doesn't always look the same. Have you noticed that? Depending on how the sun's shining on the moon, it looks different to us. So sometimes it's like this, what we call a full moon, where we can see all the moon. Then other times it looks more like this, where it's only a half, or even what we call a crescent moon, where it looks like someone's taken a bite out of it. So if you want, you can take your ball and torch and you could try and recreate the phases of the moon yourself. So all you'll need is a torch and a ball, and the torch is going to be our sun and the ball's going to be the moon. And then you just need to move the light around the moon like this. And I'm showing you how to do it with the lights on, but this works best when you turn the lights off. Or you can take some paper and some card and cut out your own moon phases, or just draw them. So we're going to have some white paper, and this is going to be our moon when it's lit up by the sun. And then you'll want to cut out a circle, and this is going to be our full moon. And then you can cut out the other shapes, such as the crescent and the half moon. And then you might want to stick this on some black paper, which will be the shadow of the moon. You might want to ask an adult to help you draw the shapes and cut them out. Or perhaps you can just draw the shapes. Maybe you could make more moon phases like this. You could even try to find out what they're called. When I was little, I lived next to a big city. So when I looked up in the sky, I could see the moon when it was there. But because of all the light from the buildings and the streets, I could only see a few stars and only the brightest planets. I still remember the first time I went into the countryside, where there's a lot less light pollution. And when I looked up at the sky, it was completely different. I could see shooting stars like rocket, and I could also see an endless number of stars that made me realize just how huge space is. And that's what I get to do today. I use really powerful telescopes to look at things really far away. I actually look for these objects called quasars, which are some of the brightest objects in the universe. So I'm very lucky that all the things I liked to do when I was a little girl, and I still like to do now, I get to do every day as an astronomer. So I hope you've enjoyed being an astronomer with me and exploring the moon. And maybe next time you're outside and you look up at the night sky, you can maybe see some of the moon shapes we talked about today, or even, if you're really lucky, see a shooting star, just like rocket. Thank you and goodbye.